everybody, and greetings from Clasheen. I am delighted that some of you will be joining me here from YouTube, from Facebook, and I had been hoping to go live on Instagram, and oh yes, here I go, I think. This is my first time trying to stream to 3 different platforms at the one time. So hopefully you will bear with me, as tech is not my strong point. So thank you all very much for joining. My name is Nicola Brown, and I am passionate about sharing sustainable textile skills, but particularly eco-printing and wet felting. And so that's what I'm here to share today and to answer a few questions about, because I actually have a new event that I am just hosting, and it is going to be starting on Saturday. So my question to you is, how would you feel if you could master eco-printing in an efficient way? If you could spend 1 week with me at an amazingly affordable price, and we would be working in, or we will be working in, an environmentally mindful and a health conscious way. And this is exactly what the Dirty Pot Club Coaching Week is all about. So some of you probably already know that I do have a membership, and it's called the Dirty Pot Club. And this is where I work intensively with people who are interested in learning with me on an ongoing basis. And after this launched at the beginning of the year, some people weren't obviously ready to join, but for many people, it's a bigger investment. And for this reason, I wanted to offer something to give people a flavor of what it would be like to work with me, and so that people could learn the absolute foundations of eco-printing as I teach it in an environmentally mindful and a health conscious way, using a process that we call the Dirty Pot. And this is where we use leaves, bark, and onion skins to create beautiful eco prints on fabric, but we do not use traditional powdered mordants or the chemicals that have been used over the centuries to fix the color on the fabric. Instead, what we are doing is we harness the power of the metal composition of the pot to mimic in a small way what those powdered metal salts do. And this can be very overwhelming. Learning any new process can be overwhelming, because in this modern era, there is so much information available online, on Facebook, on YouTube, in blogs, etc., etc. And now with the advent of AI, you may not even know which information is true and which is false. So what my aim is to guide you through this week, it's to help you nail the very, very foundations of the process, to achieve fantastic prints, and to leave with a thirst for learning more. And whether that is experimenting by yourself or deciding to join me and the fellow members in the Dirty Pot Club, that's entirely up to you. But this is like an intensive week where you get a glimpse of what it's like to be a member of a supportive community with loads of personal feedback from me. And it's somewhere that you can avoid overwhelm. Everything is structured during coaching week very simply. I have got step-by-step videos sharing every step of the process, whether it is information about health and safety in the studio, preparing your fabric, the equipment, the vegetation, rolling the bundles, etc., etc. I share some of the videos that are in the Dirty Pot Club with you during coaching week, so that you can avoid overwhelm and you are going to see immediate results. So my goal is to help you, build a strong foundation for the future and achieve wonderful prints all in 1 week. So as well as actually the hands-on eco printing, I am hoping that you will be inspired, You will really enjoy the community and support, because we have a wonderful group in the Dirty Pot Club. And for Coaching Week, I have set up a private Facebook group where current Dirty Pot members will be participating as well. And everybody who's joined the Coaching Week, it's optional to join the Facebook group, but already we are having marvelous conversations. Coaching Week starts properly on Saturday. That's when you get access to plenty of these step-by-step videos in the library. But there already is a welcome section, a schedule, information about fabric, a list of fabric suppliers, and then access to the private Facebook group. So the earlier people join, the more interaction they have with people. Already, new participants are finding they have people in the same state, for example, in America, that they both live in the same state, and people are making connections and supporting each other. So you might be asking yourself, how much is this investment? And usually learning opportunities with me, they are significantly more of an investment. But my goal for 2024 is to help as many as people as possible eco-print. And it's to offer a way that people can have a really professional learning experience in the Dirty Pot Club, and then following on from that in this standalone Coaching Week. You do not need to join the Dirty Pot Club to join Coaching Week, but you will work with us for a week. And the investment is just $10. Now, those are US dollars for those of you who might be watching this as a replay. So for 10 US dollars, you will have access to me, also to Shauna, who is my right-hand woman. Shauna is in Australia. She's not actually on this call. I usually have Shauna helping me for calls, but this is just a short call where I explain about the club. It's not a one where I'll be answering loads of questions about the eco-printing process. However, during Coaching Week, I will. So you get the opportunity to learn with me at an amazingly affordable $10 for the whole experience. And who is this for? Well, it's very interesting because people who have already registered, some people have worked with me before. They have done courses and they want to come back for the fun and to refresh their knowledge. And trust me, when you work at the same time as other people and the same time as me in different parts of the world, when we're all focusing on the same process for 1 week together, it's amazing how creative we can be and what happens. So some people with eco-printing experience in the Dirty Pot, working without powdered mordants, have joined. Then there are other people who have plenty of natural dyeing experience, and also there are people who have eco-printing experience but have only worked with the traditional powdered mordants. So they are joining to learn a new process and have fun and just expand what they're doing. They want to work maybe in a more environmentally mindful way and be also more health conscious and achieve different results. Because something that's very interesting, if I use specific leaves in the Dirty Pot, they may give me quite a different result than if I use the same leaves on fabric that has been mordanted. And that's because the Dirty Pot mimics the effect of some of the traditional powdered mordants, but in a much softer way, not as strong. So the prints are very different colors. And I find that I get much sharper reds with eucalyptus in the Dirty Pot than I might get if I was working on mordanted fabric. So this is for anybody who already is an eco-printer, who has never eco-printed, who's moving over from natural dyeing, or it's also for people who've had a previous bad experience, because that happens often, or you've been stumbling around by yourself for months. And trust me, when I started, I experimented for a couple of years before I really knew what I was doing correctly. But I'm just going to help you, as I said, avoid overwhelm, see immediate results, and build a strong foundation. Then the other sorts of people that this is really perfect for, people like homeschoolers, people who educate their children or other people in a home environment, or families who want to do something creative together. Absolutely brilliant. Art teachers who might want to share skills and add things into their syllabus in college or in school with their students. People who are gardeners, you may be wondering, is there something creative you can do with your with the vegetation you grow in the garden? People from other disciplines, like there's one lovely lady who's already joined, and she's very, very experienced at weaving and basketry. And it's just, you may want to have a change, or just to maybe you want to work in mixed media. So there are so many different ways you might come into this coaching week, and at $10, it's affordable, I hope, for everybody. I wouldn't like to think that people were excluded, but I do. This is how that I share a lot of information free online anyway, but this is how I actually make my living. And this is how I can do what I love. And I can also share things with other people at a good value price. So that's why I'm offering this. So it's sort of more than a learning opportunity. It is a celebration of a commitment to sustainable art. Now, Shauna and I have been busy answering questions that are coming in via email, and also on Facebook in particular, and a few on Instagram. And that's why I want to just go down through a few that have come in, so that I can explain to you or answer the questions, because you might have them as well. And the other thing is, if I don't answer a question, but you have one, apparently on Instagram, you can't ask the question during a live stream, but I will actually see if I can pin this video on Instagram afterwards. And please feel free to ask me the questions, or just send me a direct message on Instagram if you have a question. But if you have a question for me now, if you put 3 question marks in front of it, because I'm working by myself, I can pick it up in the comments much easier. So I'm going to just go down through these ones that have been asked several times over the last couple of days. So, I have never eco-printed before. Should I try by myself first? And my answer to that is no. If you can accept my help and you want to have success immediately, honestly, join Coaching Week. I guarantee if you follow what I say and you don't go off piste and start throwing every different type of leaf into your pot, if you follow what I say, I can guarantee you 100% you will get fantastic results. So I would say, treat yourself to this. It's $10, have fun, and then go off and experiment by yourself after you've set everything up, after you know how important heat is, after you know exactly how to roll and tie your bundles. Get the absolute basics, that foundation nailed, and you will be flying. So I recommend you join if you've never eco-printed before. Many people are saying that English is not their first language. And are the lessons available in French, in Spanish, in Portuguese? And is this an issue? If English is not your first language, is this an issue during Coaching Week? Well, I have to say, the videos are all in English. In the videos, I try to actually speak slower than I am speaking now. If it's a video where I'm talking, explaining maybe about health and safety. But also the videos show me setting things up, show me rolling the bundles. So if you can follow along and see what I'm doing and use Google Translate for some of the text, honestly, you should be fine. I teach people from all sorts of different parts of the world, different communities. I've taught people face-to-face and online who don't speak one word of English, and communication has not been a problem, providing there is some give and take. So I will do my best to help you, but it is taught through English. A really big question. I live in a different time zone and may not be able to participate in live calls. Can I still, participate and join the Coaching Week? So this is a really big one. And the simple answer is absolutely yes. If you never joined a live call, you will still have all the lessons and the step-by-step videos to watch and access to the Facebook group. All the calls are going to be recorded and uploaded to your library afterwards. They will also be streamed into our private Facebook group. So if you join, you will have the opportunity to look at the videos on Facebook or in your library afterwards, and you can also watch them live. And I have organized that the whole way through the week, I'm going to be running around. But the whole way through the week, I'm going to have a short video on at 8 a.m. in the morning, a welcome and explaining what's happening that day, if there are new videos being released. And I will repeat that process at 6 o'clock in the evening, Irish time. So whether you live in New Zealand or the West Coast of America, or maybe you're in Fiji, you could be in Northern Canada, you could be anywhere, South Africa, you will be able to join some calls live. And then we will have quite a few question and answer sessions after different videos have been uploaded to the library. So there's absolutely no problem if you can't join any of the live calls. You will have access to the recordings. However, if you want me to answer questions individually for you, joining some of the calls is, it's definitely beneficial. Okay, so what if I live in a region where it is difficult to find vegetation right now? And this could be somewhere where there is still a lot of snow on the ground, such as Finland maybe, or parts of, I'm not quite sure what it's like in Alaska now, but my sister's just back from Newfoundland and there was just amazing snow there. No problem. What I would say to you is, if you have access to onion skins, that's what you should use at the beginning if you haven't eco-printed before. And I recommend that if you don't have access to much vegetation, I do give you tips and I give information about vegetation in the coaching week, and I give you tips about where you can access it. But if you have a florist or anywhere relatively close to you, you can probably pick up a few rose leaves. But as I say, all that information, this is not about teaching now. This is about helping you answer the question if you would like to work with me for 1 week. So if you live in a region where it's difficult to find vegetation, I will have some suggestions for you. But if you have some onion skins, that's it. All you need to do is concentrate on your technique during this week. And then when you have access to all the other vegetation, you can use it then. And following on from that, some people have been asking me, oh, can we join this coaching week later in the year? Right now, this is the only time this year that I'm offering it. I do think I may offer it again in 6 months' time, but my focus after coaching week is going to be on everybody in the Dirty Pot Club, and that's where my attention will lie for the next 6 months. So there is not going to be another opportunity for a $10 coaching week for another 6 months at the earliest. So if you want to join, I recommend you join now and you learn the process. Okay, I have very little time. Can I still benefit from joining coaching week? So it depends what you call very little time. And as I say at the beginning, I wanted people to avoid overwhelm. I wanted them to see immediate results, and I wanted people to build a strong foundation. So it might be that you have not very much time to eco-print right now, but if you want to learn with me and look at all the videos, read the lessons, see what other people are eco-printing, I would say, yes, you can still benefit from joining coaching week. However, the next question, do I have access to all the lessons, the step-by-step videos? And I see I've made a typo here. This is live and I'm just back from a long trip. I've added lessons in again afterwards. So this is a week where I'm giving you an insight and sharing some of the actual videos that are in the Dirty Pot Club. At the end of the week, the Facebook group will be archived and you will not have access to the content. You will be able to go out and you will be able to experiment for yourselves. If you have eco-printed once, twice, 3 times during the week, you will have fantastic results to build a solid foundation. And of course, I'm really open to welcoming you into the Dirty Pot Club. You will have the opportunity to join before anybody else can if you want to, and you will get some extra bonuses if you do. But you don't have access to the content from the Dirty Pot Club once the week is over. So we start on Saturday the 13th, and then you will have access to all the content up until early on Monday morning the following week. So while technically there won't be new lessons in the coaching week library over the second weekend, you will have access to everything. So if you have sort of 8 days that you can read the lessons, look at the videos, maybe join in a call or 2 with me and look at the Facebook group, I would say definitely join. But if you are not free at all for the week, no, please don't spend your $10, because if you can't look at them, you will not have access to them afterwards. This is just a glimpse at everything and an intensive week with me. And I'm just going to check now in the comments to see is oh yeah, here's a great question. So, is your technique still very toxic? Fantastic question. I live in an apartment and I'm concerned about safety. I am very new to this type of art. So thank you for asking this question, because I am passionate about working in as environmentally mindfully a way possible, and also a health conscious way. So if you have ventilation, if you can open a window and there's good ventilation, there is no problem doing this in an apartment. Now, if you do not have good ventilation, it would not be best practice to do it in an apartment, because we are processing our bundles for a couple of hours and we want our pot liquid to be boiling. It is possible to eco-print in the microwave as well, but it's not quite the same because we don't have the metal composition of the pot. But that is something I will be sharing with Dirty Pot Club members later in the year. And that's, that does not require the same amount of time boiling. But if you can open a window in your kitchen or wherever you're going to work, that's a really good idea. And I go into the health and safety aspects of it. You definitely need to have a dedicated pot for it. And if you, I would recommend wearing a mask if you're in the same room while the pot is boiling. But to be honest, I often process inside myself here in Ireland in the winter, but I would always have a window open and good ventilation. Karen is a great friend now. So Karen is a wonderful member of the Dirty Pot Club, and she is also in my original membership. And Karen, it's just been such a pleasure getting to know Karen, and she has her gorgeous dog there as well. So yeah, $10 really, I feel, I know it's my offering, but I do feel that $10 is an amazing opportunity to work with me, and I promise you will get good results. So are there any other questions or not? Because if not, I think that's it. I will, excuse me, have some of my homemade apple juice here. I'm not sure if I posted a link to the, yeah, here's the link. I think I may have posted a link to the coaching week as a comment, but I will also make sure that after the video ends, I will have a link on YouTube. It's already in my public Facebook group, and on Instagram, the link for joining is in my bio. And one other thing I might say, let's say you're away this coming weekend, but you would like to join the coaching week. You'll still have from Monday till, the following Monday to catch up. So I would say that even though we're starting on Saturday and we're actually going to have a welcome Zoom call on Friday evening, I just want to welcome people, but you'll have plenty of time to catch up. You could even join on Tuesday or Wednesday if you're one of these people that throws yourself into something and you want to look at all the videos, because I don't want to overwhelm everything. It's very structured and I think there's no problem joining late. So thank you all so much for your attention, and I hope I have answered your questions. If you're watching this as a replay, feel free to ask questions as comments, and I will do my best to answer them afterwards. So over and out from Clasheen. Karen, I'll see you during a coaching week. Thank you so much for joining this call, and I hope to see some of the rest of you there too and welcome you. Bye.